Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Kennesaw State Owls Dynasty here on College Football 25. Today we're here in El Paso, Texas, taking on the 1-8 UTEP Miners. It hasn't been good for them, and it really hasn't been good for us either, although we have put together very good strides, very good progression we've seen in the past couple weeks. We do come off a victory last time out against 6-1 Western Kentucky, where we took them to triple overtime before eventually winning there in the third frame there in OT. Isaac Paul, the big run stop there on the 2-point conversion from the Hilltoppers to secure our victory. We're now here at the opening kickoff as we are now underway here in Texas. The Miners, like I said, 1-8, so one of the last, probably the most winnable game remaining on our schedule, as they're going to break this towards the 50, and Connor Feiner cannot bring him down, and that's going to be a kickoff return touchdown for the Miners. Just as I say, maybe the most winnable game left on our schedule, and they had different plans to that. Nickelberry takes that to the house, and the Miners jump ahead very quickly here on home turf. And now here's Benyard on. We're going to try and answer here, although we haven't really had a good success on kickoffs that time, just making it to the 18. Josh Terry, the head coach here, 2-6 are the Owls. There you see the impact players. Donovan Westmoreland for Kennesaw State and Maurice Westmoreland for UTEP, two of the top pass rushers in this game. The top players on each side. So, as I was saying there, the Miners have not had much to cheer about here on a 7-game losing streak, and they've been getting kind of dominated every week, but here, jump ahead quickly. And now we'll go to Benyard here, his first carry of the day. He gets ahead for 5. Benyard ended with an even 100 rushing yards last week. Now Benefield checks into the game. And he will get the call. Good blocking there. Benefield breaks an arm tackle there, gets ahead for 10 on his first touch. Davis Bryson at quarterback, very good game last week against the Hilltoppers, really coming into his own as this year's gone on. On the RPO, we'll give to Benyard, probably the wrong read there, as that's going to lose 5. Now it's 2nd and 15, backed up to the 28. Bryson takes the snap. We have Benyard there. Breaks the tackle, still going up the sideline now. Benyard still going inside the 20, inside the 10. And Gabriel Benyard going to dive ahead for the touchdown, 72 yards. And we answer right back. It's been no secret that Gabriel Benyard has been our most explosive option on offense. There, breaks the tackle and then scoots all the way up the sideline, finishing this play. Good read there from Bryson, as pressure was coming in, which opened up Benyard, and then just bounces off that tackle, and no one's gonna catch him. And that's kind of been a constant theme here for this Miners defense. And the Owls answer right back, kind of sucking the momentum out of this environment here. Although I did just see Benyard now does have a little risk of injury on the wear and tear, so definitely something we're gonna have to monitor. But we saw Benyard; he's been making a huge impact, whether it's the ground game, the passing game, and he's been a super effective slot option for us. And now right back to it. Hopefully we can contain him this time. There's Nickelberry back for another return. This time just going to knee it. And we'll get to see the Miners offense for the first time. The Miners now take over at the 25. Skylar Locklear, the quarterback here, leads the conference in interceptions. They start with a run there to Javon Jackson, who's actually second in the conference in rushing yards. But Donovan Westmoreland all over that gets a tackle for loss. Now 2nd and 12, good opening stop there for the Owls. Locklear going to keep, and he's wrapped up there in backside pursuit from Jordan Miles. So now both D ends making a huge impact early on. It's an early 3rd and very long here for UTEP. Send out nickel as the Miners do go empty. Locklear to pass. A lot of time, a holding call, and he's going to be sacked. I think that was Miles getting home. And this one we're just going to decline. And UTEP goes 3 and out. Great defensive stand. I think we forced negative yardage there on every single play. As now the Miners have to punt all the way back at their own 13. Tykeem Wallace going to field this from about the 38. Does have some space in front. And he works ahead to UTEP's 46. Very good field position here for the Owls, already taking over in Miners territory. We're going to go with some vertical seam routes here, but instead I think we'll go slants. Check that down for Wallace. He makes the grab through a hard hit, 8 yards. Now 2nd and 2. I'll go back to the running game here for Benefield. He gets ahead for the first. Now here in the final third of the season, we have UTEP this week and then Sam Houston next week. I think our 2 most winnable games on the schedule. It gets a little bit more difficult after that point. Now Bryson off the play action. They go up the field there for Bohannon, and he hangs on through contact there one-on-one. And we haven't seen like really any contested catches on deep balls all season. And now already we've seen 2 big catches here in those spots. And Bryson just 3 out of 3 now, already over 100 yards. As we set up now inside the 10-yard line. This time I'm going to go for the tight end, Kent. And a little behind him, he can't reel that one in. 2nd down now. Try to screen there for Wallace. And UTEP sat down on that, almost intercepted it. I think Wallace actually did reel that in, gets a yard. Maybe should have went to a run there. There was really a light box there. But now 3rd and goal at the 9. See if we can maybe get Dobson on that side. Bryson going to scramble. And we do have Dobson there. And we get the touchdown. I think that's Dobson, his first touchdown for the freshman. Just his 2nd catch of his career. And the Owls now take the lead. I'm not sure why the man in coverage there just backed off him completely. Big mishap there for the AI. And now just about 6 minutes into this game, already 3 touchdowns. Another touchback, and now the Miners take back over, now trailing. See if their offense can get some productive plays. They start here, a give to Jackson, and Jam Warren all over that one. Only 1 yard for Jackson. And as I mentioned, Javon Jackson's 2nd in the conference in rushing. But you really wouldn't expect that from a losing team. Just 1 win, but their running back among the leaders in rushing, as he does get that one ahead for the 1st down. First down of the day for the Miners. Now 1st and 10 at the 35. There we go, quick one there, screen, and Sidney Porter gets back over, gets to stop another tackle for a loss early on. As it's now 2nd and 11. Locklear now out there empty. Takes the snap. And we pulled off too much down with Johnson in coverage, but in our zone there. And a good read there from Locklear. Gets Amari White for the 1st down now into Kennesaw State territory. Locklear again out there empty. Going to come with the corner blitz this time. And Locklear is going to be brought down. That's Donovan Westmoreland getting in for the sack. We mentioned him earlier. It was a slow start for him in the first 5 or 6 games. But over the past 2 or 3, really getting going and asserting himself as the most dominant player on our defense, especially up front. There just works through the tackle. His 2nd sack of the day, it says there. I wasn't sure if he got accredited with a half sack earlier. Yeah, so now it says 1.5 sacks, 3 tackles for loss already. And is that the 2nd sack for this defense in this 1st quarter? Now 2nd and 16 at the 45. Locklear going to give to Jackson. Hit the wrong lane there with Johnson. And Jackson gets ahead for a big gain there. 13 brings us up a much more manageable 3rd and 3 now. Locklear making some adjustments. They're going to pass it. We had one-on-one there, and good recovery. I think Isaac Paul there in man coverage, able to force that one incomplete. So we do force the 4th down here in our own territory, as they are going to punt. Going to go for a touchback, and we'll take over at the 20. Now the Owls offense back out there. We'll give to Benefield, and he gets ahead. A tough run for 8. Now 2nd and 2. And we'll go play action this time. Bryson going to roll to the right. Just stumped that off for Daniels. And Daniels gets ahead for the 1st. Now less than a minute remaining in this 1st quarter. Go stretch here for Benyard. Hits the nice lane and gets ahead. A good carry there for Benyard. Gets 14, moving the chains. And with that, that will take us into the 2nd quarter. A stellar quarter of play here for Kennesaw State. The offense moving the ball, the defense getting stops. The only blemish to this point. And there you see just dominating 11.8 yards per play to just 2 for UTEP. Our defense playing phenomenal out of the gate. And aside from that opening kickoff return touchdown, really no blemishes for this Kennesaw State team. Really putting together solid efforts here as we've gone along here in year 1. Now just 3 more games left on the schedule. On the RPO here, we'll give to Benefield. This one a good read, gets the outside, spins away from a man, then hit hard, but we'll take the 9 yards. Now the freshman back, DJ Scott, checks in. He'll get the carry here, and he has a big lane as DJ Scott 12 yards on his first carry of the day. First down out to 34. We'll just go slants here. Bryson maneuvering, going to roll right this time, and just barely able to get that one off to avoid the sack. And it'll now be 2nd and 10 at the 34. Benyard the back this time. And he does get the carry. Able to shift away from a man there on the edge, and Benyard, some crafty running at 7, sets up 3rd and 3. Maybe we'll go curls here. You know what? I think we'll just run it with Benefield. He's been strong up the gut today. Worst case, maybe we go for it on 4th, if it's like 4th and 1 or something. But that won't be necessary as Benefield gets ahead for the first down. Now Kennesaw State at the 23. Gonna go option here, pitch to Benefield. Now 2nd and 9, gonna go flanker dig here. Bryson takes the snap. We have Benyard there out of the backfield. He can't hang on there through the hit. That brings up 3rd and 9. 3rd down here at the 22. Bryson takes the snap. Going to go for Benyard there at the sideline. He hauls that in for the first. Now 1st and goal at the 7. Fresh life here now inside the 10. 1st and goal. We'll go counter for Benyard. He gets ahead for 2. 2nd and goal now at the 5. Bryson takes the snap. Nothing open, and the pocket just collapsed that time. Unable to get away there as we're now backed up to the 10-yard line here. 3rd and goal. Bryson takes the snap. Go there for Bohannon, and he hauls that in. His man pulled off him too much. Good read there from Bryson as I think pressure was starting to break in. And the 3rd touchdown of the day here for the Owls. Bohannon secures, I believe, his 1st of the season. I've stressed how reliable he's been, especially in like 3rd and short situations. But now it's good to see him find the end zone. We extend the lead, now 21-7. UTEP now back out there, down 21-7. Just about 6 minutes left here in the half. A hit there towards the sideline. I believe that was Watts who couldn't haul that in. And UTEP is just not executing really in any phase of the game now. 2nd and 10. Locklear takes the snap. Going to swing that out towards the near sideline, and they'll get a 1st down. Now going to bring some tempo here, change it up a little bit. Locklear gets the call from the sideline. Takes the snap, going to give to the back there, the backup running back. I don't think it's Jackson. He does get ahead for the 1st. Good run that time. And they're going to stay out there in tempo. Hurry back to the line. Locklear takes the snap, gives to the back, breaks a tackle, and then brought down again there by Westmoreland. He's been all over it to start this game. 2nd and 10 now. Locklear going to give back to, I think that's Treich, or Treach. However you pronounce that one. Stopped after 2. Now 3rd and 8 at the 40. I think we'll just play it aggressive here. Come out and dime, but bring a blitz from the corner. Try and rattle Locklear a little bit more. 3rd and 8 here. He does have some time. And able to find a man there in tight coverage. I think that was Hollum there in man. But a good catch there. Good way to secure that one in. With the arm kind of breaking in on the ball. And that's the user pick in man with Donelius Johnson. The top linebacker on this team. And I think just the 4th interception we've forced all season. And this game is ours. We haven't really had a game where we, put our stamp on it and dominate. But it looks like this one might be going that way. Now still 4:21 left in this half of football. Plenty of time for Kennesaw State. Go read option here. Keep with Bryson. And the read option has really yet to work out for us. We're still going to try it here and there. But I don't think we've had any successful plays with it. Especially when we keep with the quarterback. Now 2nd and 14, Bryson trying to dump that one off quick for Bohannon there on the drag. But pressure came in way too quickly. And just had to get rid of that one. Now 3rd and 14, we'll go with a screen here. See if Benyard can eat up the yardage. We do get that one off. That's going to bring up 4th and 6, so we will just punt. Try to waste a little more time here. It would have been nice if we could pour it on a little bit, but that's just not how it worked out. So now after our first punt of the day, UTEP will take over at the 32 with 3:02 remaining here. They'll start a run with Jackson and Donovan Westmoreland again. All over that one. His 3rd or 4th tackle for loss. Jackson stopped there on the edge. That's going to be 2nd and 11 now. Really good to see Donovan Westmoreland getting going, the South Carolina transfer. As this defense really finding its form, as is the offense. And now Westmoreland going to get home the speed rush closing in. As Locklear had no chance to get away from that. Westmoreland closed in there on the quarterback with extreme quickness as he racked up another sack. Now 2.5 with, I think, 4 or 5 tackles for loss. Look at that power rush, pull away, and just finish the job. Donovan Westmoreland absolutely obliterating this UTEP front so far. And it's great to see him getting going. 5 tackles for loss, it said. And now he's on fire. 3rd and 20 at the 22. Locklear just swings that towards the sideline for a minimal gain. We do hit the 2-minute warning, and they will have to punt, so we are getting the ball back, a chance to extend it, extend the lead even more going into the half. Good punt there, going to go out at the 25. About a 48-yard punt there from UTEP. You like that result. It's now 1:52 remaining, all our timeouts. Plenty of time to at least work into field goal range. Bryson takes a snap, a quick one there for Benyard. Good play there by the corner, kind of staying in the flats there. I thought he was going to pull upfield with the other receiver we had in that area. 2nd and 8 at the 27. Play clock winding down. We just get the snap off. We go to a run here, even though we can't really afford to stop the clock. But we do have timeouts, so we call our first timeout. 1:06 remaining here. From the 29, Bryson takes the snap. Pressure right there off the left side there. Left tackle got beat bad. Good speed rush there from the UTEP Miners. Jalen Jones gets home. And now another. We didn't have to punt all of the first half. And now 2 punts here on our last 2 drives. This one from the 23. Going to be fielded at about the 31. And a big hit there on special teams. The Miners, another chance here to claw their way back at least a little bit before the half. Good field position at their own 41. 55 seconds. 2 timeouts for them. Locklear has a man there who beats Hollum. He can't bring him down with the tackle. And then Jan Warren gets over. So Hollum gets beat there in coverage. Trey Goodman, 50 yards. Good pitching catch there from Locklear. Kind of an assertive decision there as he had his man wide open there in man coverage. Now 1st and goal at the 8. A quick strike for the Miners. Locklear being chased there. He does get it off. And we get the stop there at the 2. They burn their 2nd timeout. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line. We'll bring out the 4-4 set here. Really sell out for this run. They do go for it. Jackson, he's stopped there in the trenches. They're going to have to hurry back now. And they spread it out. We're kind of stuck in a man coverage here. And a diving attempt there at the catch in the back of the end zone. And UTEP kind of squanders a tremendous opportunity as they do have to settle for a field goal attempt here. 4th and goal from the 2. And with the way it's been going, I mean, I don't think you can really settle for field goals, but they will take the points. 21-10 now, late in this first half of play. I think we'll just call a run play here, take it into the half with an 11-point lead. We also do get the ball. Benyard gets a turn here. And he'll take that ahead for 9. A very good run there to end the half, so that will do it. 21-10 after the first half. A very good half of play here from our Kennesaw State Owls. It didn't look good to start after giving up that kick return touchdown. We went on to outscore UTEP 21-3. After that point, our offense has put together a ton of good drives already. although it kind of stalled out there towards the end of the half with back-to-back punts. But I think when we come out in the second half, we'll try to establish the running game a little bit more and kind of put together a more complete effort of more of what we saw earlier in this game. Defense playing tremendous football. Davis Johnson had that interception, and Donovan Westmoreland, probably the player of the game already, with 5 tackles for loss, and I think, 2.5 sacks now, as we'll see. I thought we were going to see one of them there. This was the touchdown connection, or the 50-yard connection. Well, good thing we got that stop. Looking back, Jam Warren able to bring him down there inside the 10, and instead of touchdown, they had to settle for a field goal. So 21-10 here as we start the second half of play. We had a few opportunities there late to pull away and kind of pour it on, but weren't able to capitalize. But hopefully we can come out here in the second half with a strong effort. Benefield back to start. And so get the touch here on a counter, taking down after 3. We were going to go option here, but I think we'll audible to slant flats. They do bring pressure, see if someone can leak out. And looks like Carson Kent was going to get a little separation, but pressure broke in too quick. Had to get rid of that one. So now a quick 3rd and 7. Certainly do not want to go 3 and out to start. Bryson takes the snap, has good protection there on the right side. Going to go downfield for Bohannon, and he can't hang on that one. Good throw from Bryson, kind of squeezing that in. A lot of UTEP defenders there, but too tough of a catch for Bohannon. We will have to punt now. 3 straight drives, I think ending 3 and outs. A better one that time from Hewitt, as UTEP going to be brought down there at the 37. So not even a minute into this second half of play, and UTEP force a 3 and out on defense, and now take over at the 37. Ideal start for them. They'll start here. Give breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and then brought down after 7. Locklear making a change, and he will give to Jackson. Hits the open gap there, gets ahead for 8 yards. Good carry to start his half. The UTEP running game kind of getting going here. And they hurry back now at our 48. And they'll get that one to Jackson, and he's stopped in the backfield. Davis Johnson, another big play. And it'll be 2nd and 11 from the 50. Come out and dime, bring a dime blitz. Or they might just go run here. I think he maybe just changed to that as they do go run. Good stop there from Sidney Porter, limiting that to just 3 or 4 yards. Now they will have to hurry back here, 3rd and 7 at the 45-yard line. Locklear being chased, does hit his man there up the sideline, and he does just barely get ahead for the first down. Curtis recognized that a little late to respond, and the Miners just barely squeeze out that first down. Now at the 38. Another good run stop that time. Javon Jackson just gets 1. 2nd and 9 now at the 38. Locklear to pass. A lot of time. Pressure was breaking and had to get rid of that one. So now 3rd and 9 from the 38. Going to run some man coverage here on 3rd and 9. I think our front can get some pass rush. Although he does have good protection this time. I thought he was going to just run that up. He had a lot of grass ahead if he wanted to step up and maybe try and scramble for that first down. But instead throws it away, and that'll bring up a 55-yard field goal to make it a 1-possession game. Pick his up, looks good, as that does get through. UTEP, a big field goal that time to draw back within 1 possession. And now a little pressure on the Owls to get something going on offense. First down, we'll see if Kennesaw State can get back into rhythm. They'll start here, screen here for Tykeem Wallace. Good blocking up ahead. Wallace spins off a tackle and takes that ahead for 23. Big play that time. We kind of needed a big hit like that. And now close to midfield here. First down, we'll go with Benefield. Decent carry that time, gets 5 into UTEP territory. Now 2nd and 5, we'll go right back to him. Takes that ahead for 2, now 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3, we have the big power back out there, DJ Scott. And we'll just give it to him, and he gets ahead, finds a nice crease there, gets 8. We have big hopes for DJ Scott. I think next year we'll still have Benyard in the backfield, but Scott will, of course, have a much bigger role as Michael Benefield will move on in graduation. But after that, I think going into year 3, Scott might be the main back. And I'll go back to Benefield, try to work away from that crash to edge there, but can't. As he does take a loss. 2nd and 13. We'll go halfback angle. Try and get Benyard or Kent here. We have Kent. And he hangs on there through the contact. Just 5 yards. Now 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 from the 35. Kind of a big play here. Definitely not. I mean, we probably are in field goal range, but we haven't hit beyond 40. So I guess we're really not in field goal range. Try a wide trail here. And we do hit Benyard there. Can't hang on. Too close to contact. And they are telling us to punt. But I really can't accept punting from the 35. Even if we are able to get a decent swing here in field position, still I don't know if it would even be worth it. So I am kind of tempted to just go for it here. I think we'll bring a look out, see how it looks. I think we're just going to run with it, go right back to halfback angle. Bryson takes the snap for Kent again, and we hit him that time. He just barely hangs on for the first there, and we have some fresh life. Like I said, didn't want to punt, from our own 35. Most likely we'll just get like a touchback or something, and it'll be a 15-yard swing, but instead we still have the ball. Benyard stacked up there in the backfield, loses 3. I think the mission here on this drive is make it a 2-possession game, so we didn't want to have to punt back to them with a chance for them to tie it up. Benefield now a give up the middle on 2nd and 13, gets 5. 3rd and 8 now to 24. Bryson takes the snap. We'll go for Moss here, his first target, and he can't hang on there. Tight man coverage. It was in the hands, but he couldn't hang on, so now they bring up a 41-yard field goal attempt. Are long on the season so far at 39, so this would break new ground here if we're able to hit this one. Britton Williams' kick is up, and that one is good as we do extend the lead. Now 24-13 game as we make it 2-possession again now. 11-point lead for the Owls here as we have just 2.5 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. That time, he's not going anywhere as Nickelberry will take him down there at the 11. A long field to go here for the Miners, now trailing 11. 2:29 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Locklear back under center. He'll give to Jackson, trying to work that outside, and brought down in the backfield by Sidney Porter. 2nd and 13 now at the 8. Go back to the running game here. Big lane opens up for Treich. And he had much needed breathing room, gets head for 20. Moves the chains for the Miners. 1st down at the 28. Go pitch here for Jackson. And he gets ahead for positive yardage. 5 yards, 2nd and 5. Just 10 carries today for Jackson. Thought he would have a much larger role. I know they were kind of playing from behind a little bit, so not going to run as much. As a quick screen there. Missed the original tackle. Breaks a couple. Spins away from one. And finally, I think that was Jericho Washington getting over to make the stop. UTEP now at the 42. Putting together a good drive here. As we hit the final seconds in this 3rd quarter. Good play on the edge there. I think that was a Tylon Dunlap. Another tackle for loss for this Kennesaw State front. 2nd and 11. UTEP does not have to call a play here if they don't want to. And they will not. So 24-13 now after 3. A 2-possession lead here for Kennesaw State. Let's see if we can hang strong. It was kind of a dynamic, exciting start to the game. But we've since gone kind of cold. You see Oregon there at number 1 after a big win against Michigan. Texas number 2. Ohio State number 3. And of course we are far away off from being ranked. But we will get there in due time. Now 2nd and 11 here at the 41 to start the final quarter of regulation. Locklear to pass. Had some quick pressure. He does get the screen off there. But good tackling from Kennesaw State limits that to a minimal gain. We had a man jump offside. I think that might go for a neutral zone or an encroachment. We'll give UTEP a free 5 yards. Now 3rd and 4. Locklear has a man open up the sideline. And that's going to go for the touchdown as the Miners hit big again through the air. When the throw is up, we switched to our man there, kind of pulled him off. I mean, he got beat clean anyway, but the Miners a much needed big play this time as they draw back within 1 score. It's Trey Goodman. I think he had a 50-yard catch earlier, And now this time Locklear finds him for a much bigger hit. This one ends up in the touchdown. Jericho Washington beat over the top. He's been pretty good in this one, but that time gets beat for the long touchdown. And the Miners now have some momentum. They will go for 2 here. And this kind of brings me back to last episode, the stop on the 2-point conversion for the win. UTEP going to go a run here for Jackson, and he finds the end zone. We don't get the stop here this time, though. And the Miners make it just a field goal deficit, 10:23 remaining. And this is where Kennesaw State really just has to, burn the clock, utilize as much time as possible, and hopefully get some points on the board. Tykeem Wallace going to take this return up to the 21. Kennesaw State, 10:19 left to kill here. We'll go bubble for Wallace. Good blocking. Let's see if he can pull away from this guy, this man there, as he is forced out. So Bryson at over 200 yards has those 3 touchdown passes. This will bring up 2nd and inches. And Benyard able to get ahead for the first down. Finds 5 yards. I don't know if it's too early, but we are going to start showing some clock. 1st and 10 now. Benyard able to make a man miss there in the backfield. Gets ahead for 2. Now Benefield into the backfield, audible to a run here with numbers up front. And Benefield only able to get back to the line. Couldn't have, we really didn't hold our blocks there that time in run blocking. Now 3rd and 8. I think we have to make Bryson use his legs eventually here to extend a play. That time pressure broken quick on the blitz. We had Bohannon open but couldn't find him. And now we do have to punt. UTEP now stealing all the momentum late in this game. Hewitt gets that one off. It'll be fielded at the 20. And UTEP going to take over from the 32 now, down just a field goal. All the momentum on their side right now. We've really struggled to pull away in this game. We went up 21-3, but then after that have been outscored, 18-3. So a game of runs here today. UTEP there going to go Jackson, and he's stopped for a 5-yard loss in the backfield. Sidney Porter all over that. He's had a huge effort against the run so far today. And that one may be one of the biggest stops, kind of setting the tone here on this drive. 2nd and 15 now. Go right back to the run. Jackson try to work that up the middle, gets ahead for 3, now 3rd and 12. Big play here for the Miners offense. Trying to extend this drive, and they try to set up a screen, and he was hit there. I didn't see who got home. I guess Tylon Dunlap got there on the quick pressure as we trade punts here in the late goings. Kennesaw State going to get it back, and you'll take that. If you could just kill time, trade punts, that is fine at this stage. But now you got to put together a more complete effort on offense. 6:40 now left to kill. A little Y stick here. Bryson. This man there on the slant, and that's almost picked off Christian Moss. Try to get him involved again. And Bryson probably could have put that one a little more on the money. 2nd and 10. Benyard, the carry. He's wrapped up in the backfield. And now a quick 3rd down. 3rd and 11. We'll try to set up a screen here for Benefield. We do get it. See if we get the blocks. Good blocking out there in space. Benefield not going to be able to get the first down. So 4th and 3 at the 32. I could not risk going for it in this spot so deep in our own territory. Hewitt now on for another punt. Try to get more of a rugby style approach to this one. Might be too low though. That's way out of bounds. So from the 32 to the 35, just about a 33-yard flip there. Not the best punt, and we really have struggled to find our find our form there with punting. Was pretty good at it in NCAA 14, but I've really struggled to start in this game. Now 5:08 remaining for UTEP, another chance. And just a blatant misfire there. Almost had his man. A diving attempt, and he is taking accountability there. The quarterback is. You saw him kind of patting his chest, like that was on me. 2nd and 10. 5:05 remaining. And a quick one there as Daniel Johnson. Good reaction there to jar the ball free to force the incompletion. 3rd and 10 now. And each offense, as this game has gone on now, just really unable to string together any productive plays. And that's going to be I thought it was going to be a sack. And Locklear just heaves that down the field. And it looked like Washington was going to have an interception, but we had someone else kind of jump up there and put their hand on it. But what a play that was. Locklear able to extend the play. I thought we had a Miles sack there. And again, we trade punts here. Now here's Tykeem Wallace. Spins away from a man and works that to the 30. Just trading punts now down the stretch. 4:45 remaining. Trying an outside run here for Benefield. Gets head for 5. 2nd and 5 now at the 35. A flag. And I think that's going to be a false start. It's now backed up. 2nd and 10. Benyard now the back. He gets to carry good blocking up ahead. Although good run stop that time getting off a block. As now that'll bring up 3rd and 6 at the 35. Gonna go mesh dig here. Maybe try and get someone underneath. Although we do have DJ Scott in the backfield. I think we'll just let him try and run this one up the middle. And Scott had all the grass ahead. And again, another very good run stop that time. One of the D ends that time getting off a block and making the prompt run stop. And Scott would have liked to see him maybe work through that one, but a good defensive play. And now Hewitt on for another punt as that goes out at the 37. So another very poor punt that time. Definitely going to have to work on that in practice. Kind of shifting the trajectory of this game here in the late goings. Quick one, that quick hitch that time for the Miners. That'll get just 1 yard as we now are less than 2.5 minutes left in this game. The Miners trying to tie it up or maybe even take the lead on this late game drive. Locklear being chased now as he's hit by Jordan Miles again. Miles really kind of taking over here despite not getting any stats on the stat sheet. He's racking up the pressures and making a huge impact here as we go along. Now another 3rd down for the Miners. 3rd and 9 at the 38. Locklear out there empty. Has a man over the middle, and he hits him. And that's a 1st down for the Miners now into Owls territory. As we are about to hit the 2-minute warning here. So a 24-21 game. This second half has not been even close to exciting, at least offensively, as the first half was. But both defenses playing strong down the stretch here as the Miners trying to work their way back in it. Wide open over the middle, and he drops it. And that's a huge drop for the Miners offense. We've seen the Miners drop a few balls in this game, but none bigger than that one. Now 2nd and 10. Locklear going to go towards the sideline, hits his man for 4. It's now 3rd and 6 at the 38. Locklear to pass. That one got to throw it away, and it brings up a huge 4th down. 4th down. And UTEP does get the conversion there. A big check down there. Wide open. Amari White, his 5th catch of the day. The Miners now at the 27. Fresh life here for the Miners. Locklear to pass. And that's intercepted by Nick Sawyer. Nick Sawyer taking it up the sideline. He might take this back all the way. Now inside the 20, inside the 10. Locklear giving chase as Sawyer dives into the touchdown for the pick 6, 74 yards. And that will cement the victory here today for Kennesaw State. Huge play down the stretch there from Nick Sawyer, who's been our primary slot corner throughout the year. Locklear was on his primary read, looked off, and then tried to hit his man in stride there towards the sideline. But Nick Sawyer all over that as he took it back all the way. And the Owls are going to win back-to-back games now and advance to 3 and 6, our 2nd win here in conference play, as the Miners are now 0-7 in conference action. Nick Sawyer, a huge pick 6. The 2nd interception of the day for this defense. With that extra point now up 31-21. And what an ending here in El Paso. I guess it truly isn't over yet. Still 124 all the timeouts for the Miners, but it certainly seems that way. But crazier things have happened. Now Locklear going to hit his man there in space. And he might take it all the way. That's Goodman again. And that's going to be 75 yards for Goodman. And maybe I spoke too soon. The Miners answer right back with a 70-plus yard play of their own. And now a minute 15, they draw back within 3 points. What a big hit there for the Miners, keeping this game alive. I think that was Trey Goodman. 3 catches, 177 yards, I believe it said. That is a Randy Moss-esque stat line. The Miners now on for the onside kick. Good bounce there, and luckily we're able to get it. And we do get a decent return now down to the 39. So you think a first down pretty much wins the game here for the Owls. They give to Benyard, and they'll get the first play here on our first try. As Benyard going to work that up for 17, the Miners take their first timeout. Benyard now over 50 rushing yards, and he had that big touchdown earlier. Go right back to him. And nothing doing that time. The Miners burn another timeout. Benyard still the back, and we did go to conservative in coaching adjustments to limit any chance at fumbles here. Benyard again can't find a lane. That will not help the yards per carry, but the Miners forced to take their final timeout. But still a minute left here on 3rd and 11. So there will still be time on the clock after this play. We do get ahead for another yard. So we do take a timeout with 18 seconds left on the clock. A 39-yard field goal here to make it a 6-point game. Brenton Williams' kick is up. That one going to be down the middle. Good to make it 6 points. So still the Miners alive here, although their odds certainly stacked against them. A good kick there from Williams to make it more than a field goal. 14 seconds now left, and we saw last week Brenton Williams missed the potential game-winning kick as time expired, which forced overtime, although we did still come away with the victory there against Western Kentucky. UTEP probably just going to let that one go for a touchback, and we'll see if they can hit big again through the air. They are going to have a few chances. 1st and 10 now at the 14. Come out and dime. Locklear. Almost brought down, and he is brought down from Jordan Miles there on the second effort. Westmoreland got to him first. UTEP going to try to have to hurry back here. They did have some guys deep down the field, and they can't get the snap off, and that is going to do it. Kennesaw State comes up with the victory here. What a crazy game, you know. It started off exciting, kind of went stale, and then towards the end there, a lot of excitement to close, and the Owls hang on for their 3rd win of the season. Davis Bryson, a tremendous start, although he didn't really finish too strong, but still did enough to get out of here with the win. Over 200 passing yards, 3 touchdown passes. Benyard kind of started us off on a high note with that big play, despite what looked to be kind of a horrid start after that opening kickoff return touchdown. But now the Owls 3-6, and our goal entering this year was 3 wins, so we've already hit that, and hopefully we can add another one here as we finish this season. But this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the support I've been getting on this Kennesaw State Owls Dynasty, and I think as we go along here, we're really going to build something special, and I'm honored and privileged to have you along for the ride. So as always, everybody, it's been real, and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.